Before I make my vows to you, I just want to take a little bit of time to talk about one of the reasons that I knew I wanted to marry you. Because most of the time, as our friends know, we're not always very nice to each other or affectionate in public. And I figure if there was a day to start publicly pumping your tires, today is a pretty good day to do that. On Saturday, June 30th, 2018, and I did check my emails to be sure, I was taking the Bolt bus from Vancouver to Portland to come visit you, and I think it was the first time I was doing the full 8-hour trip. I'm sure that I was being really cranky and whiny about the whole ordeal. So you texted me and told me to get off in Seattle because you were going to pick me up, take me to Din Tai Fung, and then drive me back to Portland with you. You went out of your way that Saturday to drive 6 hours to pick me up and take me out for food. And when I was going through my email to find the Bolt bus ticket, I realized that this was actually my second attempt to take the bus to Portland, and you even intercepted the first time. And you drove all the way to Vancouver for my birthday to surprise me, and then turned around the very next day to drive us back to Portland so that I could spend spring break with you. That day, and every day of our 9.5-year relationship, you have loved me in such a selfless way that I didn't realize was possible, and I'll never know how I got so lucky.
Happiness in marriage doesn't just happen, it's created. And you're never going to be too old to hold hands. And just remember to say I love you every day.
I'm so lucky to have you guys as my friends. This is like a small thing. Oh my god!
The seasons change, but I'm stuck in this pattern where every little thing matters too much. I can see the stains of all the careless words. I say them 'cause they hurt. Staring at a map where I can't read the legend. I question every method I have.
And even though we spent years apart, I've never been more certain that we've grown into being each other's soulmates. And I'm so glad that's the case because we're both too weird to date anyone else at this point. Plus, as you like to remind me, my mom would be so mad at me if we ever broke up. Throughout the past 9.5 years, you've shown me so much to love about you. You constantly inspire me with your compassion and thoughtfulness, and you never fail to make me laugh with your silly, goofy moods. You always put everyone around you first and your own needs last. And when you set your mind to something, you achieve it and you do it with excellence. With all of your amazing qualities, I'm so lucky to call you my partner and soon my wife.
I've gotta trust my instincts. I know you're standing with me. I still know the
Strapless or off the shoulder?
I think it's straps. It's straps.
Yeah.
Lots of lace.
Yeah.
And then like A-ish, A-line.
Yeah.
But not
A-line,
poofy.
like,
Not poofy. Not like big
not-
ball gown, but like not high waist.
Not
yeah.
empire.
Because
It's like an A. It flares out from the yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
wait on me, wait on me, wait on me, wait on me, wait on me. Oh, I still know the way. Oh, this train is running late. Might seem a little far away, but I'll get there someday. I still know the way.
So love is not how you forget, but how you forgive. Not how you listen, but how you understand. Not what you see, but what you feel. Not how you let go, but how you hold on. And being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage.
So to you, I make these vows. I promise to be with you for better or for worse, through the good times and the bad, like when you take off in 2 days to go climbing in Squamish with Mac, precisely 48 hours after we get married. I promise to start buying myself more clothing so that you don't wake up to your favorite shirt already being gone that day because I decided to wear it better than you do. I promise to be with you in sickness and in health, the same way that you were there for me when I hit my head on a bathroom door and had to go to the emergency room. Whether it takes 1 more season or 5 more seasons to send Tim Zarette, I promise to always be patient with you and to be by your side. And most importantly, I promise to love you, to be your best friend, and to be your biggest supporter, even if it means I leave the Craig with a few injuries of my own.
Remember one weekend when Helon made the solo drive from Oregon to Vancouver during COVID. He crossed the border, called us to let us know he was arriving shortly. When he got to our house, he was not allowed to get out of the car, greet us, or come inside. But what was most heartbreaking was he couldn't even hug Megan. Remember that? The two of them just talked on the street in front of our house, 10 feet apart. But in spite of the long driving license, he made that trip up many, many times over the years.
To make sure I deserve to be with such an amazing person forever, here are a set of promises I'd like to make to you. I promise to always celebrate your successes with you and to let your mistakes go, even if you later use that to gaslight me. I promise to catch you when you spiral and to hear you out when you need to rant. I promise to always watch out for you and protect you, especially from heavy doors. Most importantly, I promise to always make sure you have food in the fridge in case I get home late from climbing. I promise you all of these things and all of my love today, tomorrow, and for every tomorrow after that.
When I look at Helon, he is one of the most tenacious and perseverant and determined and impassioned climbers that I know. This guy will go 4 times a week to touch the same piece of rock every time just to see if he can climb it. And I know that if he brings this same kind of determination and spirit to his relationship with Megan, then they're going to be fine. It's going to be like no problem at all.
To keep this going on and on. I know that you want me in the moment. Looking at me from the point of view. I dig in a bottle I've been searching for.
Now, by the virtue of the authority vested in me, and with a great deal of delight, pronounce them husband and wife. So congratulations and have a big kiss.
You guys are absolutely each other's adventure partners for life. And Helon, you've absolutely found your favorite rock in your new wife, Megan.